Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to start a new topic, analytic functions and complex integration. So this comes under the complex analysis. So before going to start the analytic functions or complex integration, let's just recall what is a complex number and some other definitions of the complex numbers. Okay, so we know that any number which can be written in the form x plus iy is called as a complex number. Here x represent real number, not only x and y are the real number which belongs to the set of real numbers, and I is imaginary number and whose value is equals to root of minus 1, and it is called as the imaginary number, right? So this complex number may be represented in the form of a plus ib also. So z is equals to a plus ib is a complex number. Usually we denote complex number by z, z1, z2 and so on. Okay, now so x plus iy is a complex number, then x is called as the real part and y is called, here y is called imaginary part, right? So that means real part of z is equals to x, or if it is in the plus a plus ib form, then a is called real part, and imaginary part of z is equals to y, or if it is in the a plus ib form, then it is b. So you just write b or y, that is coefficient of I is called as the imaginary part. So next definition is conjugate of a complex number. Complex number. So if a plus ib is a complex number, then its conjugate is denoted. So you can take z is equals to a plus ib, or z equals to x plus iy is a complex number, then its conjugate is denoted by z bar and it is given by a minus ib. That means we just change the sign of the imaginary part. We have to keep this real part as it is. Okay, if x plus iy is the complex number, then its conjugate is x minus iy. Suppose we have already z is equals to minus x plus iy is a complex number, then its conjugate will be, we have to keep this real part as it is, that is minus x as it is. Just change the sign of the imaginary part, you will get minus iy. Like this we have to write the conjugate of any number. And we have so many three or more than 3 properties of this conjugate of a complex number. You can go through the pure textbook, you will get those properties. Okay, and next comes the amplitude and modulus of a complex number. Amplitude and modulus of a complex number. Okay, if x plus iy is a complex number, you can say z equals to x plus iy is a complex number, then modulus of z is denoted by or is given by square root of x square plus y square, and amplitude of z is also called as argument of z, is denoted by theta and is given by tan inverse of y by x. Okay, so these are the very important quantity of a complex number, and a complex number is denoted by in polar form as z equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. This is the polar form of a complex number. This is the polar form of a complex number. Okay, and it is also denoted in the exponential form, that is z equals to e raised to I theta is called exponential form. Actually here we have to write r value. Okay, so here r equals to e raised to I theta. So if you equate these two, you will get e raised to I theta can be represented by cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, here r get cancels, so e raised to I theta equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. So this is very important. Here r is modulus and theta is the amplitude of given complex number. Okay, so these are some basic concepts of, that is some basic concepts of the complex number. Now let's start with your syllabus. Okay, so your syllabus start with geometrical representation of a complex number. So we know that any complex number z equals to x plus iy can be represented in Argand plane or complex plane as, so if we have a xy plane, then a point z can be represented by, so x comma y. Okay, so it is a point x comma y, so you may consider this as point P. So that means if z is equals to x plus iy is a complex number, then it can be denoted by a point P of x comma y. So that is real part comma imaginary part. Okay, now so for your syllabus we have equation of a straight line in the complex plane. So now let's start equation of a straight line in the complex plane. Okay, so here we have a derivation for equation of a line joining 2 points z1 and z2. So this is important for 6 marks. Okay, first let us draw a straight line. So here is our complex plane, this is our origin. Let us consider 2 points A, which is denoted by, first point z1 is denoted by A and second point z2 is denoted by B, and let us join these 2 points and consider any point on this plane is denoted by P, okay, which represents Z. Now let us describe this diagram first. Okay, so here what we have considered, so description of this diagram is also important. Let A and B be 2 points denoted by complex numbers z1 and, or you can write z1 equals to x1 plus iy1 and z2 is equals to x2 plus iy2. So this is just a representation of complex number respectively. And next, so here we have taken 2 points. Now let P is equals to Z be any point on the line joining A and B, that is line joining AB, right? Now from the figure you can observe that this AP and AB and PB are collinear. Also from figure this AP is given by, so it is given by z minus z1, z minus z1, and AB is given by this. AB is given by z2 minus z1, z2 minus z1. Okay. So as I told you, these three lines are collinear, or you can say that parallel. So we need only these 2 points, that is AP and AB lines. So since AP and AB are parallel, so parallel or collinear means angle between them is equals to either 0 or pi. Okay. So since this AP and AB are parallel, we can say that angle between them is equals to 0 or pi. Okay. So here angle in the sense it is called as amplitude or argument. So that is since AP and AB are parallel, we can say that amplitude of these points, okay, amplitude of z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1. So that is angle between these two, or amplitude, or you can say it is also called as the argument, is equals to either 0 or pi. Okay. So it implies that amplitude is equals to 0 or pi means, so it can be written as z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1 is purely real. Since, so see here, if angle is 0 or pi, then what we have? The representation of complex number, we know that it is equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. This is by the polar representation. If this theta is equals to 0, then we get cos 0 plus I sin 0, or if it is pi, we get cos pi plus I sin pi. We know that sin 0 is 0, so thus in this case we get cos 0 which is equals to 1. Okay, so just take this cos 0, and here we get cos pi, since sin pi also 0, that means this term totally becomes 0. Here also imaginary part becomes 0, so we can say that only we get real part, right? So therefore we can say that this, if amplitude of any complex number is equals to 0 or pi, then this will be, that is, that complex number will be purely real. So here the complex number is this one, therefore we can say that z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1 is purely real. Okay. So we know that one thing from the properties of modulus number, properties of complex number, if it is purely real, then a number and its conjugate will be same, because you can observe that if we have any complex number which is equals to purely real, so for example we have a complex number 3 which is really it is purely real, then if you write its conjugate, it will be 3 as it is. So because conjugate can be obtained by changing the sign of the imaginary part, here we don't have any imaginary part, so here imaginary part is 0, so therefore no need to change the sign. So if it is purely real, we will get that conjugate will be same. So therefore if for any number we have which is purely real, so then we get that number and its conjugate will be same. So therefore we can say that this complex number is equals to its conjugate. Okay, so a complex number and its conjugate, so that is z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1 whole bar. So this is nothing but conjugate. So here I will write, since if z is equals to real, then we have z equals to z bar. Okay, or this can be written as z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1 is equals to, this modulus can be written as, sorry, not modulus, so this conjugate can be written as z minus z1 bar divided by z2 minus z1 whole bar. Okay, since we have, if z1 divided by z2 bar, it can be written as z1 bar divided by z2 bar, or it can be further written as z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1. So this whole bar can be written as z bar minus z1 bar divided by z2 bar minus z1 bar. So which is required equation. So this is very important. Okay, so this is the equation for straight line joining 2 points z1 and z2. So in the exam they may ask that derive an equation for a straight line joining 2 points, or they may give that show that the equation of a straight line joining the 2 points z1 and z2 is z minus z1 divided by z2 minus z1 equals to z bar minus z1 bar divided by z2 bar minus z1 bar, or also it may be given sometimes like this, z minus z1, so sending this side to the LHS side will get z2 bar minus z1 bar equals to, so this one z bar minus z1 bar into z2 minus z1. Sometimes they make you like this also. Okay, so this is the equation for straight line. Now let us derive an equation for a circle. Okay, equation of circle in complex plane. Theorem: equation of a circle with center z0 and radius r is mod of z minus z0 equals to r. So this is very simple. So let us draw a circle with center z0 and radius r. Let us denote this center by c, and let any point p is equals to z on this circumference of the circle. Okay, so first let us describe this diagram. So here let c is equals to z0 be the center of circle and r be the radius. Now let p is equals to z be any point on the circle. Then we know that this Cp is equals to radius of the circle. So therefore we can write it as Cp. So this Cp is equals to radius of the circle. Therefore it can be written by z minus z0, that is this distance. So this is the radius. This cannot be negative. Therefore we take mod of z minus z0, equals to r. So this is the equation of the circle. So this is very easy. Okay, now we have 2 points here, so that is note. This above equation can be written as z minus z0 equals to r. Squaring on both sides we get z minus z0 whole square equals to r square. We know that if that is mod z whole square can be written as z into z bar, that is conjugate of the number. So here we have mod z, therefore it can be written as z minus z naught into z minus z naught conjugate equals to r square, or it can be written as z minus z naught into, so this whole bar can be written as z bar minus z naught bar equals to r square, or multiplying this bracket we get z into z bar minus z naught bar minus z naught z bar plus z naught into z naught bar equals to this r square, or bringing this r square to this side we get z bar z naught bar minus z naught z bar plus z naught. So this z naught and z naught bar can be written as mod of z naught whole square, again by this property, minus r square equals to 0. Here z naught is called as, this z naught is called as the, z naught is called complex constant, and this is called real constant, that is z naught, mod of z naught whole square minus r square is called real constant. Okay, second note, which is important form of, so this is the another form of the equation of circle. Okay, so we know that e raised to I theta is equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. So taking mod on both sides we get mod of e raised to I theta is equals to modulus of this is equals to cos square theta plus I square theta, which is equals to 1. So that is square root of cos square theta plus I square sin square theta, which is equals to 1. Therefore we can write it as 1. So therefore r can be written as mod of r into e raised to I theta. Since its value is equals to 1, we get r equals to mod r. So therefore from the equation of straight line, so therefore equation of, not straight line, equation of circle, mod z minus z naught can be written as equals to r can be written as mod z minus z naught equals to mod r e raised to I theta. Okay, removing mod on both sides we get z minus z naught equals to r into e raised to I theta. So or it is can be written as z equals to z naught plus r into e raised to I theta. So this is the important form of the equation of circle. So here z is any point on the circle of the any point on the circle. So therefore this equation gives this equation gives the point on the circumference of the circle, okay, with the center z naught and radius r. So this is all about the equation of the circle. So suppose we have a equation of a circle in the complex plane, then its locus can be described as follows. The locus of all points of the given equation can be found by using following tricks. That is, if the equation is mod of z minus z naught is less than r, that is radius of the circle, so it can be described as it lies inside the circle and with the center z naught and radius r. So since it is less than radius, we can say that it is inside. If you can observe the second one, it is greater than the r, then you can say that outside the circle. Okay, so likewise, if fifth one, you can observe the fifth one, the inequality mod z minus z naught is less than or equals to r. It represents the region on the inside and on the circle. So because you can observe that it is less than and equals to radius, so therefore we can say that if it is less than, so we can say that it is inside the circle. If it is greater, it is outside the circle. So since here given the inequality inside less than or equals to, so therefore we can say that this region represents, sorry, it represents the region on the inside the circle with the, sorry, inside on the circle with the radius r and center z0. Similarly, if it is greater than or equals to r, then we can say that on and outside the circle with the center r, with the center z0 and radius r. Okay, so that also third and fourth can be given by the followings. Okay, problems. Find locus of the point z satisfying the equation mod z plus I is less than or equals to 4. Solution. So given mod z plus I is less than or equals to 4, it implies that this I can be written as minus of minus I. So because we have equation of circle z minus z naught equals to radius. Okay, so if you transform in this form, that is given equation can be transformed as minus of minus I is less than or equals to 4, which implies that z minus, so you may write this I can be written as 0 minus I less than or equals to 4. So clearly we can say that this is the equation of the circle. Okay, clearly the given equation represents set of all points. So since it is less than or equals to circle, so we can say radius, we can say that set of all points within, or you can say that inside and on the circle. So set of all points which are, so since it is equals, so we can say that which are on, and since it is less than, so we can say that inside the circle with, so we should write the center with center z0 equals to minus I, or you can denote it by points also 0 comma, so minus 1. So if possible you can denote it by points, or you can just represent by center z0 equals to minus I and radius is equals to, it is directly given 4. So like this you can describe the that is, you can describe the locus of the given equation. Okay, mod z plus I is less than or equals to 2. Almost this one is also similar to the above question. Okay, so here instead of 4 they have given 2, so you can solve this one also the above method only. So that is, this equation can be written as z minus of minus I, so less than or equals to 2, or it can be written as, or you can directly say that, so this represents clearly z minus minus of I is equals to 2 represents equation of circle. Okay, so therefore, or you can say that with center z0 equals to minus I and radius equals to 2, thus mod z minus of minus I less than or equals to 2 represents all points within and on the circle with radius r equals to 2 and center z0 equals to minus I. Okay, you can write like this. Okay, third one, z plus I is greater than or equals to 3. So this one can be written, so just briefly I will explain, you can go through by the sentence, okay, like this. So here this can be written as z minus of minus I is greater than or equals to 3. So even this also you can write clearly, mod z minus I is equals to 3 represents equation of circle with center, represents equation of circle with center z0 equals to, here also we have minus I and radius r equals to 3. Okay, so thus we can say that this modulus z minus I is less than or equals to 3 represents all points, sorry, it is not less, it is greater. So since it is greater, we can say that it represents all points on circle, and so this greater inserts outside the point. Okay, so that is on and outside the circle, again with the center z0 equals to minus and radius r equals to 3. Okay, like this you have to write. Rest of the problems we will solve in the next video. Okay.